Hello everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate how you can use another one of our image processing connector actions in Power Automate. This connector will allow you to do two things. One, normalize the rotation of an image, and two, remove the EXIF rotation data from the image entirely. This is really useful if you process a lot of images that were taken on smartphones, because those images are often either crooked at the time they're taken or they become rotated unintentionally when they're saved on a new device. To demonstrate this connector, I'm going to create a quick example flow that normalizes the rotation of a photo taken from my iPhone. Let's jump right into it. From the Power Automate homepage, I'm first clicking Create before selecting the option to manually trigger a flow. I'm just using this option so I can control my data inputs more closely during this demonstration. If you prefer, you can create an automated flow with the same logic I'll be using here shortly after. Now that I've specified some details about my flow, I'm going to add an initial step to grab my example image file. I'm using the Get File Content action associated with the SharePoint connector, and after selecting my site address from the dropdown, I'm using the file picker to select my demo file and have that file name populate here. Now moving on to the primary focus of this flow, my Cloud Immersive Image Connector action. To get this set up, I'm first typing Cloud Immersive into the search bar and selecting the Cloud Immersive Image Processing connector with the yellow logo from the list of available options. Then, I'm searching for the Normalize Image Rotation action and selecting it. Note that if you haven't used this image connector before, you'll be asked to include your API key to authenticate access at this stage. You can get a free API key, which is good for 800 API calls per month, by visiting our website and registering a free account. Since my key is saved, I don't have to worry about inputting it anymore, and I can head to the final step in the flow. In this final step, I'm going to create a new file with the output from the normalization action. To do so, I'm using the Create File action associated with SharePoint and once again selecting my site address from the dropdown. Then, I'm selecting the folder I want my new file to save in, and I'm giving it a name with a JPG extension to ensure it stays in the same format. Finally, I'm using the Dynamic Content window to select output content from the Cloud Immersive connector as the encoding for my new file. Now that I'm finished designing, I can click Test in the upper right corner of the page and check the option to trigger manually. Once I click Test and validate my connections, I'm clicking Run Flow and waiting for all the cogs to turn. Once I see green check marks on each operation in the flow and get a notification that the flow ran successfully, I can check the target folder for my new file and make sure the operation was successful. The fact that the EXIF rotation data is removed means that what we have now is the new baseline status of this image. Now that I've verified the operation was successful, I'm all done. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Cloud Immersive Power Automate demos in the near future.